I'm covering how to create riser nipple connections between your mains and branch lines in Revit here. And one of the reasons I feel this is important is this is probably, if I were to pick a single process that annoyed me early on in my Revit use, this was it. And not because the steps on their own are difficult. It's more that it's a lot of work for such a simple outcome, and that's what frustrated me. So first I'm going to show you how to do a single riser nipple. Um, there's certainly other ways, but this is just my favorite. So first I'm going to use a section tool here to cut through a view and isolate this one. Now I'm going to draw in just what would be a riser nipple perpendicular to the branch line. Use the align tool, and I do like the align tool a great deal. First you snap to what you're aligning to first, and then what you're going to align. I'm going to go into this view. And another tool I like to use rather regularly is trim and extend. Even though I'm only doing one, I still like to use the multiple. So it's just something I do without thinking about it. And then when I make this connection there, we have it. Now how I use that tool, and I didn't even really explain that, is to first pick a face of what you're connecting into and then what you're connecting, and then you have it. Now what if you need to do this for multiple pipes like you see here? Well, one approach is just to repeat it, go to the next one, same sort of thing, create similar, get my riser nipple perpendicular to that pipe, align to the main, and then do this yet again. Another approach, and this is, I believe, a little faster, but it's not a lot faster. It would be to go ahead and make your individual views here, sorry, your individual riser nipples. And so much you do in Revit when it comes to pipe routing is one at a time. And do this for this one here. And align. So now I can come in to a view here and pick that face and then use the selection window. So it did save a little time in the process, but not a lot. And again, the frustration for me, and I guess this frustration still exists a little today, is that the manual method in Revit, it's just a lot of work for such a simple and common outcome. And that's why one of the very first things I asked for when we began developing the add-in here, I wanted to make certain that we had a tool in here, and I'll call this the cross main, calls that the branch line, that we had a tool that made it so much more simple. But those methods there are how you can do this manually in Revit.